Hey there, hello friends, this is Komal Sachdeva. Today we will talk about PHP. So before beginning it, let me clear you one thing that why this series will be different from other YouTubers. First of all, this series is made up of two combinations. Yeah, it is totally based on PHP, but content will be coming from WG schools plus Greek for books. Both will be combined and will be in the front of you in one documentary style. Okay, so let's begin. Let's start with what is PHP. PHP, in the earlier terms, it is known as personal homepage. After adding few functionalities like it becomes the programming language, it was not at earlier stage, but after adding functionalities it becomes, and now PHP is known as, or we can say it stands for hypertext preprocessor. PHP is a server-side scripting language. It is a very powerful tool for making dynamic and interactive web pages. First, let us understand the difference between static and dynamic. At earlier point when I was learning PHP, I have started learning PHP. At that time, the term dynamic was very much confusing to me because I just have completed HTML, CSS, JS, and the new point of PHP was coming into my life. And when I studied, the first term introduced via PHP is dynamic. That what is then the term what dynamic means, that suppose I have go to this web page and if I refresh it multiple times and content changes, whenever I refresh the content goes on changes according to my user requirements, it is called a term dynamic. And if you asked the particular example for the term dynamic is, we can say the Facebook. Whenever we will refresh, it will show you the content according to the user requirement or according to your profile. Whenever you will refresh it, previously some another post was coming, now some other is coming. It is all the dynamic. But is static? Static is something that never change, even the user refreshes until or unless it is done from the code. Okay, so if I refresh it, this is my simple portfolio build via client-side scripting. You can say HTML, CSS, or JS. And if I refresh it, it will never changes. Okay, it will never changes. It is static, and Facebook is dynamic. If so we can say that by the term static, I mean the web page will not change its content whenever user refresh it, and by the term dynamic, it simply means content will be shown according to user. Many websites like WordPress, Facebook, Wikipedia use PHP. WordPress, we already know what is WordPress, and WordPress basically fully built on PHP. Its backend built on PHP, and Facebook also run on PHP. Plus Wikipedia is also on PHP. So PHP is never going to get old. Okay, so PHP works on server because its definition suggests PHP is a server-side scripting language. So we need a particular server to run the PHP. So the requirements to run the PHP are, you need a server. Server can be a XAMPP or a WAMP. In this series, we are going to do the programs with the help of XAMPP, and you need any text editor, VS Code, Sublime, or even Notepad can be usable. In this video, I am going to use VS Code. It's one of my personal favorite, and it depends on you which one you have to use. Another thing is browser. Browser means Chrome or Edge or whatever you are going to use. अब अगर स्टैटिक वेब पेजेस की आपको एग्जांपल देनी हो तो आप क्या दोगे कि स्टैटिक वेब पेजेस वो होती हैं, those are the ones who are built with HTML, CSS or JavaScript A simple example is portfolio or a company contact page. On what are dynamic? Dynamic is Facebook, which shows different posts for different users. This is the same thing that I have explained here. Okay, and what the another example of dynamic is e-commerce websites. If we go to Amazon, if we go to Flipkart, products that are shown to me on my screen and the products that will be shown to you on your screen would be different. Okay, this means dynamic. Like content keep on changing, it's called dynamic. And content that will not change, it's called static. And PHP is a dynamic style web language. Okay, so in the next video we will go ahead with the small program. So till then, happy coding and subscribe.